basically when the monies are there, definitely people's allowances, salaries, and the rest of the expenses that of course come with the activities that take place down there, and all this definitely is always cleared, specifically when you see sponsorship deals coming through. We've always seen a lot of sponsorship deals coming through at the right time to save in most of these clubs and all that. So basically, to me, a sponsorship deal that comes through and is able to stay and stick to their terms of the agreement and all that basically is so good, and it always helps in the club so much.
Yeah, of course, Castlelight will be injecting over 500 million, according to reports here, into the team, and of course the National Basketball League that is coming soon, and the teams are looking forward to see that this works out for that. So 200 million is going to be a direct cash to that is FUBA, and then of course they get the remaining balances. But I think this will boost Uganda basketball team to see that things work out, because it's rare to see that people get sponsorship. Maybe if a team gets such a sponsorship, then you would be enjoying in there, because this is a breweries company that has of course had a lot of things that you're talking about, and them getting to value it in basketball. I think it's so interesting and so nice to see that this works out for a team like this. But all in all, how have you rated the Ugandan basketball team?
I think the Ugandan basketball team has always been good, only that people don't pay attention to it. People literally always go and pay attention to football and a little bit a few sports activities in there. But then I am quite sure this is the very first kind of the few sponsors that always come on board to take sponsorship with the whole season. We always see sponsorship deals coming through during game days, especially when there is a tournament and all that. That is it. The sponsorship deal only stops at the end of the tournament. So basically, when it comes to basketball, trust me, the sponsorship people must have known that basketball in Uganda now is doing quite so well. That's why they have come through to partner in with the basketball team in there. Basketball, be it in schools and even at national level and all that, you literally get to see that apparently we now have the number of basketball clubs have added up. By the way, we now have a lot of them, the likes of the JKs and all that. So basically, to me, I think it's quite a very good one. Basketball is taking up a good trend in Uganda.
Okay, that's one of the biggest things that we shall be talking about. But we also have a story that we shall round up about the national story, and this time around it's going to be about the FUFA's, of course, a change of format for that is the FUFA competition. I will be sharing with you later. But before we get to that, 19th now finally has been confirmed to be the venue that will be hosting, of course, the West Nile regional playoffs that will be right there between either Araka or Total facing Paida. Now, Paida is already the team that is right there to talk about, ready to go and have their games. But for Araka or Total, they will be playing on Sunday, this Sunday, to see that they will be ready to host, of course, their game at Boma Grounds. That means a neutral ground for that is the team. Very many teams in Yumbe, but it is to Araka that will be at home to take on, of course, the team of Boma. Boma are ready for the game on Sunday and waiting to see how this game will be, of course, ending up right there. So what do you see from all the games that are going to be coming right there? One, what is the intensity of the game between Total and this? We already talked about that. I don't think we are coming back to that. But in case it's Total or the team of Araka, let's say Total, okay, let's say Araka goes through and Total goes off, or Total goes through, how would you rate the intensity? Because there's that mindset of the Greater Lulu side saying that it is not, they don't feel Greenlight is the best place for these games because they really always lose here. And remember, Nebi has lost here twice to different teams in that region, the Nyagaki zone. But for me, I think that's a mindset.
That is a mindset, and it's really not a very good one, especially when you now want to attach it to the football. Football, basically, we've seen teams losing out more than even twice or several times. So what are they anticipating? What do they think that has been put for them at Greenlight Stadium? There is nothing there. How come they say they always lose at Greenlight Stadium, and there are teams that have always played there? We saw Calvary play there the first season over. There is representing in big league. We saw Arua City also using that. Even up to now, they use that place as their home ground. Onduparaka Equal uses that place as their home ground, and they are winning in games. So what is that they have? To me, I think this is quite a very bad one. Whichever place they want these finals to be taken to, I think the DFA...
Well, they have already announced, of course, the FA has already announced and confirmed that the games are going to be at Greenlight Stadium. But I'm saying very many out there have said from that side that every time they come in for finals here,
they come to lose. I was actually saying that if they had already put up a place, they need not to heed to the pressure of these people. Football is played in any grounds. The other day we saw Airfield coming through to play 4th League Division finals down here at Mvara, home of Mvara Boys. They played with Mvara Boys and they did win in right there. So people should not attach them losing or their brother, sisters, club losing out into there is any playground. Anybody can win in there. So these people should come in there and try and play their best. We've seen the Black Angels play games they've ever played games at Greenlight. So this time around, what is all that? I think the venue should remain. We've seen a lot of clubs coming through to shake FUFA on various issues, boycotting what and all that, but they always stay firm and keep to whatever it is that they've passed. So we are literally waiting for the finals, and I know it's going to be down at Greenlight. So by the Black Angels and the Greater Luru sub-region, you should really put that off. Maybe we should say Nebi Central didn't play their cards well.
The clubs have not said anything, but I'm saying some people from that side, that's what they're saying. Maybe fans could be the ones talking. So clubs, don't pin us because they may think you're saying the clubs said A, B, C, D, but very many think in that way, that this is not a very good grounds for them. So that shows you that they are trying so much to see that they really need to work out on such, of course, things. But for me, I believe those are mindsets. If you can work on your mindset, and then you can get the best achievement of how the games should be, because 2-3 things have already shown where you really need to be. You did very well. You have even won games in Arua here when you come and play at Greenlight Stadium against very many clubs that have been playing here, like Arua City. Even some good teams from the Greater Nebi, they come and beat Arua City here at home, and yeah, they lose at Greenlight Stadium. So I just want you to, any club that will come, the mindset should be always free, that this is what we need to do. But again, I come back to how you're supposed to be getting off to see how you win your game. For me, I believe it's around playing your cards well. How do you play your cards well? How much have you understood, or how much do you understand your opponent? That's one thing. So I believe teams should be doing researches, teams should be preparing for all this in such games, because it's one game that probably can adjust a lot of things to say. And that is all what via the regional league I can say. But there's Uganda Premier League also that is ongoing, and in that, the Federation, of course, of Uganda Football Association President Engineer Moses Magogo did come up with a statement, or did come up in one of the shows that they say. In this show, he talked about how the format of the league will be. So now, understanding the Article 14.4 of that is the 2023-2024 FIFA competition rules, it shows a lot of things. As the above of course, above rule is coming in after that is the Bull and the Vipers have tied on the same point, of course, now as the table leaders, and they beat remember the Bull side had beaten the Venoms right there, and they, of course, home and away basis, and thus they are better head-to-head has also helped them. Now FUFA has come up saying that for the first time in a long time, there will be, of course, changing. That is the FUFA competitions rules in regard to that is the ranking of the teams in the league format, with, of course, goal difference now further behind in the determination of that is the winners. the spirit of to have amendment, to have an amendment, in that is the rule followed last season, dramatically ending. That is the season which of course saw Vipers win the league courtesy of, that is, their superior goals that came in there. Now this time round, your head-to-head will be in position, and in the last game involving, of course, if you remember, Vipers and KCCA, who were tied on, that is, the same point. Each team had scored for fun, with of course Venoms hitting Busoga 5-0, and Kasasiro boys won the game, of course, the same goal line against Saltillo Bright Stars, and they were equal. Now, as the normal, of course, I should say, has been, FUFA asked stakeholders about any input of, that is, the amendment. But in this, they also had to make sure that the competition rules, they need to change a little bit. So, wow, that means points. There's going to be point accumulation. There's going to be head-to-head, of course, aggregates, virtual points, goal differences, goal for, of course, goal for, and then there's the fair play that is going to be there. Susie, how will this affect clubs? Is this a good idea for the clubs?
I think they should just look at maybe the goal differences, because if you look at most of the things that they want to add up, trust me, it's going to affect in a lot of these clubs, because one, you might find that previously a certain club wasn't so organized. They didn't have good players. They were not getting in good results and all that. They were being beaten most times in their previous games. But right now, currently, they could be doing so well. That's why they might have been sitting on top of the table tying it, or they might have been in the second position tying it up with the team that sits in the first position. They probably could have had a better run, or the team that sits in first position previously could be a bad one, and the one that sits at position number 2 could be having a better previouses. So, I mean, all this will look very biased and all that. So, to me, I think some of the history, a bit of it that they want to attach to this whole thing should be reversed, and maybe they should look at goal differences and a few of the other things. Otherwise, this really is going to affect in a lot of clubs that literally have just come up to organize themselves in the current situation that they are in.
Now, of course, very many people are saying that is not okay. This abrupt change, one, they should consider a lot of things, and they should first analyze it again. Someone was like, they should consider, because this is to consider costs right there. So we are waiting to see what exactly will be coming out of this, but it is so interesting that teams are going to be in that. And I did say Vipers, I see them being one side ahead. That will be probably in the team, unless you have something breaking in there. Let's have the table standings, if you have it right there.
The table standings are right here. Of course, in position number 1, we have there is Vipers that has accumulated 49 points. The same 49 points has also been accumulated by Bull Football Club that sits in position number 2. Then position number 3, we have Chitara that has 48 points, 1 point shy from the second and the first occupants. And then in position number 4, we have a Soccer Club Villa that has also 48 points. And then in position number 5, we have KCCA that has 45 points. And then 44 points is NEC Football Club that sits in position number 6. And then position number 7 is the Luzira Bayside Maroons Football Club that has 39 points. And then out 36 points, we have URA that sits in position number 8. And then position number 9 is the Express Football Club that has 32 points. And then Saltillo Bright Stars sits in position number 10 with, of course, 31 points. The same 31 points is also by Mbarara City Football Club that sits in position number 11. Then position number 12 has Wakiso Giants that has 29 points. And then 25 points we have Busoga United, and then Gaddafi that has 22, and UPDF that has 21. These two sit at the rock bottom.
Yeah, exactly. That is how the games right now, or the table standing over the times FUFA Big League is. It has a lot of things that you could be wondering and expecting through, but all in all, what exactly do we have to get out of this is that the changes have come because there are teams that are tying, and if this continues, we're going to be seeing a lot. Let's take a break. When we come back, we shall be coming back with a lot of that is the news from the national scenes right there. We take a break. We'll be right back.